Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. Kathy with Kathy Brown Nutrition here. And I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving last week. Mine was nice and quiet, and I hung out just watching holiday movies, lots of Christmas movies. Um, and so super relaxing, super quiet. And then on Friday, we got snow here in the Salt Lake area. So we had a White Black Friday. It was good times. Unfortunately, I did have to drive in it. And this Texas girl who, yeah, I lived in New York for a while, but never actually drove a car in it. It was a little scary. Luckily, I have the all-weather tires on my car now. So hopefully I will survive this first winter in a winter wonderland. Anyway, hopefully you all had a nice holiday with friends and family, or if you had a quiet holiday, you enjoyed yourself. Now we are officially in full swing of the holidays, and with holiday season comes holiday parties. I think you probably, if you watched my last video about Thanksgiving, you know my strategy for the day of a holiday party is you don't want to starve yourself. You want to make sure you have a good solid breakfast, lunch, good amount of protein, nourish your body. Don't save up for calories that you expect to eat later, because that's really not how your body works. And if you nourish yourself throughout the day, you're less likely to overdo it at the party and allow yourself those treats that you really want to eat. But that's not what I want to talk about today. So when it comes to holiday parties, I find that people fall into one of three categories. There's the, give me all the parties personality that just any time there's a party that they're going to be there. The RSVP is always yes. The second group is they pick and choose. If it's a party they really want to go to, or if it's a party that they have to go to, then sure, they'll be there, but otherwise they could take it or leave it. And then you have your third group that's kind of bah humbug. Like they don't want to go to a party. It's not on their radar. It's not enjoyable. And I have to admit that I've fallen into all three of these categories at various times of my life. And if you've got back-to-back holiday parties, and by back-to-back, I just mean like if you have multiple holiday day parties that are pretty close together, whether you're in category 1 or category 2, so that can be the case because a lot of holiday parties tend to fall into the same like 2 to 3 week period. It can be stressful. It can be stressful to try and maintain health and maintain balance when you're running from party to party. And we all know parties don't tend to serve vegetables for the most part. I mean, maybe some do, but a lot of times you've got fried, fatty hors d'oeuvres, or you've got a lot of sugary, sweet desserts and beverages. And it's very hard when you're at a party and you're enjoying the company of the people around you to say, no, I don't want to try that. Or no, I'm not going to have that cocktail. And I guess the key is you don't necessarily have to, just like with Thanksgiving, if you nourish yourself throughout the day, then your body is going to kind of tell you if it wants something or it doesn't. And if you find yourself just grabbing at every hors d'oeuvre that goes past you or running for the dessert tray, maybe just take a beat and think about, do I really want that? Or is it just the stress of being in this setting that makes me want to eat that? Because I find, not just with myself, but with a lot of the other women I talk to as well, when you're just mindlessly eating snacks or dessert, after the fact, you think, I didn't even really like that. I didn't even really want that. And so if you just stop for a second and ask yourself, why do I want to eat this? Is it because it's going to taste good? Or because it's going to quench a craving that I'm having? Or is it just because it's there? Or because I'm feeling stressed in a situation that is uncomfortable for me? Or is it because just everybody else is doing it? And if you figure out the why, then that can kind of answer for you whether or not you want to grab that and eat it. A lot of people tend to get super stressed about, not necessarily going to the parties and not necessarily the things that they're going to eat, but the result of these parties and eating the things that they eat at the parties. And namely, it's the weight gain. A lot of people tend to think that the holidays are just inevitably going to result in a lot of weight gain because of snacks and temptation and, parties throwing off your normal eating schedule. And studies have been done, and the average weight gain during the holidays is actually less than 2 pounds. Most people only gain between 0.8 pound and below 2 pounds. So it's not a lot. And yes, of course, if you gain that multiple times throughout the year and it doesn't come off, it does add up. But if you're somebody who the holidays are just a time when things are going to be a little different and maybe you're going to put on a couple of pounds, but then you get right back on track, then it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. You don't have to stress yourself out about it. You're generally not going to gain like 10 pounds. That's not normal. And if you do end up gaining 10 pounds, it's probably something other than just the holiday parties. But point being, you can enjoy this time of year without stressing yourself out about your health goals. It just takes a little bit of planning. Try to stick to some sort of consistency of a schedule with eating when you're not at the party. So before the party, after the party, try to maintain your consistent eating schedule and try and make sure you're getting those proteins, those whole grains, those fruits and vegetables, so that when you do indulge a little bit at the party, you know that you've gotten the nutrients that you need, and you've got that base to keep your body from craving things that it doesn't necessarily want, but feels like it needs if it's been deprived. So, for instance, if you don't eat all day and then you go to a party, the first thing your body is going to tell you it wants is sugar, because it's a fast, quick source of energy. And then it's going to want fatty foods because that fat helps to store that energy for later in case you're not feeding yourself for a long period of time again. So the body basically is hedging its bets. Like, well, I wasn't fed for, 12 hours today, so I'm going to crave something that's going to provide me a nest egg for later if I'm not fed again for a long period of time. So a lot of those cravings really come from our ingrained mindset of, if I'm going to eat a lot later, then I have to eat less now. When in reality, what you should be doing is providing your body a base of nutrients and nourishment so that later it doesn't feel the need to overindulge in those things that are more sugary, more fatty. And again, like I said, if you take that analysis of, why do I want to eat this? Is it because it's going to taste good? or it's going to quench a craving, then eat it. If the reason is it's there, or I'm feeling anxious, or everybody else is eating it, then maybe you don't want to, and you can make that assessment. Anyway, I just wanted to put that out there because I know a lot of people are stressed going into the holidays. So knowing that you can get through the holidays without a lot of weight gain if you just plan accordingly, hopefully will relieve a little bit of stress and make the holidays a little bit brighter for you. Again, Kathy with Kathy Brown Nutrition. I appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully you found it helpful. And you can find me over at KathyBrownNutrition.com or on my Facebook group, which is Fit, Fearless, and Fed Women Run the World. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful evening.